Good morning. Today's probably gonna be kind of volatile if I had to take a guess. So I'm probably gonna size down today to like 3 micros probably. And I'm gonna be a bit passive today. I would like to see us go lower, but I'll have to see how the opening prints. We did have like a 400-point move for the overnights. What's up? So I wanted to, the reason why I'm up $253 is because I try to go short somewhere around here with the idea of getting in short pre-market before it starts whiplashing around. I trailed my stop too aggressively and got hit at break even. And then I'm trading my $500 account. I was scalping it all morning just on this drop down, so it's up to $674. We're gonna try and get that to $1 million. No. I kind of fucked up though, because if I was gonna do the 500 to 10K challenge, I probably should have recorded it, but I wasn't recording it. So the balance is now 674 from my little live account. But we're gonna focus on the fundeds today. I took a L on Friday, so I think there could potentially be a pretty good opportunity here today. If we do go lower than the targets 24.449 down here, so we got a lot of room to get there if we end up going there. And then if we happen to pump off the open, then I'm going to be watching up here to see if we're going to run through this or if we're going to turn around. I think it's possible, but I'm not really expecting us to finish this gap fill today. I think that's going to happen later in the week, if it happens this week, which it might. And I've been checking this thing out. This glint.trade. This thing's pretty sick. You like see all the news on the side. I know my screen's all messed up because of the way that I have it, but it's free. You can see all the stuff going on, which is kind of cool. Because the market's going to be super sensitive to any type of information. I mean, shit, all it takes is a fucking tweet, dude. So I'm just going to wait for market open. This may just open and dump, but I might be paying attention to the ATR for the 5-minute time frame, just to make sure. I need to make sure that I'm zoomed in so I understand how large these candles are. But today I can't lose more than $500. So if I lose $500 today, I'm just gonna have to stop. And if that happens in one trade, then it fucking is what it is. But I lost 500 on Friday. So if I lose 500 today, then it's gonna leave like a handful of my accounts with like $1,000 drawdown, which we can get out of, but it's just not ideal, so I don't want it to be any worse than that. And now that it's a new month, I do need to be careful about protecting my accounts because I'm copy trading them right now. So I need to pull a payout from this account that I'm on, and then there's also like 4 other accounts I could pull a payout from. So I just need like a couple more days. I need to get the balance higher after I lost that 500. So I may be able to start the month off this week with a decent payout, maybe like 5 or 6K, and then we'll just try and add more funded accounts. The goal for this month is I need to get up to like maybe 10 or 12 funded accounts probably, and I have to stop copy trading all of them at the same time. It's pretty dangerous to do that, but I'm doing it right now. So MJ, I don't use ATM settings. I don't use Tradeovate. But if you're just asking what my brackets are, I don't have brackets. But what I'll do though is right now I have on Project X a bracket to automatically put a stop loss for $500. I used to not even put stop losses when I entered the trade, and then I would add it later, but a couple weeks ago I got wrecked doing that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Because usually I'm fine. Usually I have I have at least like 1 or 2 seconds to move a stop loss, but especially a day like today, I mean, shit, dude, you could enter into a trade and then who knows what could happen. It could just rip or dump immediately. This was a pretty nasty pre-market hourly close, so I would like to see us come down, target down here. The only thing is whether or not we're gonna get an entry for it or not. And if I can't find an entry for it and it just runs, then shit, it is what it is. If we start to pump up, I'm gonna wait until we get up here, and then I'm gonna watch to see what price does. But if we start getting above like 830, or we have sustained buying pressure through this area, then shorts are just gonna be off the table for me until we get past 900. But I don't really think we're gonna get up here. We might though. You full ported 3 evals and passed 1. Well, I hope you're only doing that if you're sure you can get payouts, bro. Cause if you don't really get payouts, you gotta be careful doing that. That's kind of what I said in the video. So we just need to be careful about the open being a little chaotic. Because of this is such a large move down that there's a chance that we could whiplash for a second. And but we're gonna be playing a little bit of defensive trading today for me. We're at a 30-point ATR on the 5-minute candles before market opens, so chances are, if I had to take a guess, today's ATR for 5-minute candles is probably going to be like 60 to 70 points. Oh damn, gold is going down. That's crazy. Alright, let's try not to tilt today. Let's try not to lose all of my money. All of my accounts. think I'm gonna wait for this 5-minute candle to chill out for a second. This is moving pretty fast. So again, if we continue to push up, then I'm going to be watching up here. And then if we begin to push past this area, then I'm no longer gonna then the chances of us actually going up here to filling the gap increases, so we won't really be looking for shorts at that point. But this location is basically where I want to watch it kind of closely. So this is like extremely bullish aggression right now. Especially if the 5-minute closes up here. Man, that first 5-minute candle is fucking nuts. $243 points. If anyone caught those longs, good shit. So we're getting above that 830 level, which basically, if we sustain bullish pressure above, it's just like I'm less inclined to try and take any shorts, and I'd rather just take a continuation with pressure like this. But right here, in between here and here, is basically what, if the moment we break above this and close and hold, or it's wraps, we're headed here to take these highs. And we're probably feeling some, if not all of that. Damn, dude, if this thing just pumps and doesn't, like... That's crazy. There's nothing I could do about that. So we're gonna see just how this 5 minutes gonna close. Within the first 10 minutes, we wicked down and then ran over 1,000 ticks. It's nasty. Definitely need to size down today. Or at least I do. Because the problem is like, let's say we're watching this area to see if we're going to get past it or start coming back down. It's like, if, let's just say I entered after this 5 minute close and it just closed right here. It's like, bro, the stop loss would be fucking disgusting. I'm gonna go short right here. Probably. I don't know. Not yet. Is there news this morning? Ooh, there is news. Fucking thank God you told me, dude. Yeah, we're gonna wait for that. Although it's already moving so volatile, I'll probably... I just can't trade it because one of my accounts can't trade news. But the idea, what I was thinking for a second, was to try take a short, and then the moment this flips bearish to move to break even, but I decided not to do it. And also, we have news in like 4 minutes, so I guess I just have to wait. What up, Choosy? It's a bummer. It sucks when I have these accounts where I can't trade news, and then like we have one of the PMI days where you got news at 9:45 Eastern and then 10 a.m. Eastern, so there's like a fucking 15-minute block. I just gotta sit here. And it's like that's like the perfect time too when price is moving. But it's alright, we'll just wait. So far this area is still holding, but who knows, with news we could just rip past it. But if I am still trying to consider like any type of shorts, I don't really want it to get past this area and close. Because if it does, then at that point we're gonna take these highs. We're gonna start entering into this area. You wish you caught the longs? Yeah, dude, me too. So technically I can start trading again 2 minutes after. So I guess maybe we'll just wait for this 5-minute candle to close. The buyer's aggression is actually pretty strong. We just kind of, we're stalling here, but if we break past this area, I think we're gonna go up pretty quickly. It's just important for waiting for the closure of this 5-minute candle and watching what it's doing. Because there is a chance that we can wick past this and slam back down into here and continue to fuck around for a little bit. Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't catch the long, so now I just gotta wait. Although, if we do close up here like this with this 5-minute candle, and we open the next 5-minute candle and immediately retrace, I may try and scalp along. Just depends where this 5-minute candle goes. If this rips through here right now, takes Asia highs, and then starts to push into the gap, then I can't take it anymore. If this 5-minute candle is going to close before it takes Asia highs and it comes, next candle comes immediately down, I'll probably try and take a long.
Order filled.
All right, I'm going to go long. I'm going to have a pretty big stop loss, though. And the moment it takes Asia highs, I'm probably just going to move it to break even. I'm actually going to tighten this to about here. If I get stopped out of it, then whatever. I mean, I am expecting us to take Asia highs, but I just thought that this candle was going to do it, but maybe not. Caught an entry right on the top.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's all good. So if I lose another 250 bucks, basically, I just gotta stop. That's pretty stupid of me. Although I'm surprised it didn't take Asia highs. At the very least. Oh, did ES take it? So since news is coming out again, I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah, it was 2 points from Asia high. I was gonna move my stop to break even when it pushed past Asia high, and I was gonna try and target the bottom of the gap or the top of the gap. It would have been a it would have basically looked like this. My stop was like right here. Basically, it was like a 1-to-1. If it would have ran, but sometimes I take negative versus reward trades. It just kind of depends. I'm using Tradecopia right now. Oh no, no. I wasn't gonna take profit at Asia high. Because what I was Basically, what I was anticipating is there was orders sitting here, right? Because Asia highs, and you start to have orders cluster over them. So if we were to take this, I was expecting it to pop, and then I would be watching to see if we're going, and then I'd move immediately to break even, because at that point I'd be looking for us to either just run, or if we were gonna take it and snap back. But sometimes I'll take those types of trades because it allows me to like move my stop to break even pretty quickly. And usually they're higher probability. I'm surprised NQ didn't take it because it's like 2 points away. And those are sometimes the type of trades that will be negative risk to reward, but I'll take them anyways. I move my stop to break even when price moves far enough away from my entry where it doesn't, like, if it were to come back to my entry, my trade idea is not as strong. No, I don't wait for a specific risk reward. I don't even trade a specific risk reward. Sometimes I trade 1 to 1. Sometimes I trade 1 to 5. There's trades I've taken that are like 1 to 20. Sometimes it's like a 0.7 or 0.8 risk reward. It just depends. But I don't use like fixed risk reward. The range chart. These? I've never used these before. What is this, just open, high, low, close, basically? No, it's not. Wait, is it? Oh, you're basing it off of this. 100 ranges, 10 ranges. Oh. Yeah. Interesting. Never looked at those. Oh, on here? I don't even know where you would change that. No, I like how my stuff is. I'm used to it. Man, it's been working for me. Alright, so we have the new 4-hour open, the new hourly open, so I gotta wait for 2 minutes past because of these accounts, and then I'll be watching to see, but do I trade 1-hour breakouts? No, I don't know what that is. Like, are you talking about trend line breakouts? A breakout of the first hourly candle? when the candle creates a wick and then flips to take the other previous high. Yeah, an hourly breakout. You're just talking about like marking this. Double top, double bottoms. Nah, I don't really care for that. I mean, I'll mark out swing points, and if it's double top or double bottom, then I guess, but right now what I'm thinking is I need to be careful that if we do pop up here and take Asia highs, I need to be careful about us snapping back and then like chopping, or like compressing after we made a large move up. Because what I'm trying to avoid is like, let's say you miss this move and then now you're gonna try and force some shit in here. And if we take this and snap back, and then we start compressing inside of like a 100-point range, then I gotta be careful. So we're currently down like 270 across 8 accounts. Let me just double check. Ooh, we're down like 300 on the other accounts. So one good opportunity is all it takes. So I just gotta wait. Also, by the way, for people on the YouTube, if you're not in the Discord, we're about to hit 1,000 members. We're like 3 members away. And then I'm going to give away some Alpha Future accounts. 3 50k 0 evals. So if you want to participate, just join the Discord and then check the announcements. There is a chance though that if it keeps moving like this, I just have to stop and take my 200 and or my $300 L across 8 accounts. So what I'm thinking though is like my idea for the day was that either we were going to drop off the open and target this, or we were going to pop up into this area and then drop down. So now that we're like pushing higher, well then my analysis for today was just like flat out wrong, right? So it's kind of dangerous for me to sit here and try and formulate a new plan on the fly, but I'm gonna sit here for a bit. But like anytime where I'm just like flat out wrong like that, it's probably better if I just kind of chill out. Especially since we already pumped up like from opening price. Like 300 points, took Asia highs. We're about to fill the gap. Pretty much already did fill the gap. And we're heading closer towards my hard stop time. But it's slightly frustrating going from like a 35-day win streak to then losing 2 days in a row. But shit happens. I can't think about that. Gotta just... Also, tomorrow I may or may not stream because I might have jury duty. So I might not trade tomorrow. I'm going to find out later today. Dude, next time I gotta just ignore that. I gotta just like throw it away. Volume's currently tapering off. We're gonna see if it's gonna pick up. Otherwise, this may have just been business conducted and wait till tomorrow. I gotta be careful here. This right here, if you're wondering what this is a weekly root candle, which is basically like part of this thing I trade called DTT, but I won't really consider any type of shorts until we get below here, and then see if we dig into this a little bit. But there's a pretty good chance that I actually don't take any more trades, because once we come up here, well then for the AM session, it's like I'm just forcing shit at that point to try and get out a drawdown, which is not a good idea. My bad if this is if it's a boring morning and I'm sitting here doing nothing, but you know what? Like, I made a plan pre-market and my plan was just flat out fucking wrong, so I gotta just like be careful. Although the good thing though is that the ATR is stabling out, so it makes it a little easier if I do see anything. But if 11 a.m. Eastern hits, that's a hard stop for me. I can't trade anymore. Alright, I'm gonna try longs right here, and then if I get stopped
Order
out, I'm just gonna
filled.
be done on the day. And my stop is gonna be like just right below this 5-minute candle, and I'm gonna be targeting 952. But if I get stopped out, I'll be down like 500, 4,500 in total, and then I'll just fucking take the L. And I'll just be getting cooked. Yo, what up, Sharik? Honestly, I'm pretty surprised. I'm pretty surprised I didn't get stopped out of that right there. Look at that. Look how close I was. Sheesh. So we'll see if we can get any type of pressure with buyers and some follow through. But if not, then it is what it is. I've been chilling. So ideally, if we are going to go up and make another high, I would like to see this candle close pretty bullish without a large wick, and the POC to not be at the top of the candle. It's kind of what I'm watching for right now. So we need to start seeing some pressure with the ask or the right side lighting up with bold numbers to show that there's aggression, and see if we can target another high. If the TP hits, then it'll put me up like $150 on the day. Across 8 accounts probably, so maybe less. Yeah, Eddie, go to sleep. Depending on if I see some buying pressure, I might add into this position.
Order filled.
Alright, I added into it, but at this point, I would like to see it just start to run towards TP. So stop is now basically break even. I'm looking for us to pump here, not come back down and flip bearish again past this wick basically, and see if we can target another high. Do I only use footprint? I mean, no, footprint is the last thing that I look at when it comes to trying to take a trade. If we get a decent push here and we start approaching the highs, I'm actually going to trail my stop to the open of this 5-minute candle because I'll cover some of my losses. Which usually I wouldn't really do, but I kind of have to be careful. Just because I lost like Friday, and then technically today we're down, so, and no matter what, break even, stop, TP, trailing stop, whatever, after this trade I'm done. Alright, we're getting closer to these highs. I'm gonna just cover losing day, basically. I just want to see it make a push, but we're kind of like stalling out here. I want to give it a chance, but at the same time, it's like, I'm just holding it right here because the moment that we start, the moment I see any type of, there we go. All right. So now at this point, worst case scenario, I just like cover my L on the day. We'll move it like right here. But I don't, it's probably still going to take the high, but I got to just like cover some of my L. Dude, I got like so close to getting stopped out of this trade. If I got ticked and stopped out of that like that, I would have been so sad. I was literally like probably a tick or two away from my stop loss. So we're trying to see if we're going to slam through these orders right now. And then all we need is just a wick through it. Where is this POC? 27. We'll put our trailing stop at 25. I don't want to see this 5-minute candle get below the POC. I don't even remember where my entry was, somewhere like right here. Trying to target up here. So if it takes me out for, if it doesn't want to take the highs yet, it comes down, I will be back to break even on the day, and then we'll just done. It's just teasing it. I'm gonna trail the stop again.
Order filled.
All right, cool. So, just to recap, and the reason why I took that trade, by the way, is because we tried to go long, I think somewhere right here, right? So, pre-market, I was looking for us to go lower, okay? I was wrong, but I had an invalidation point for shorts, and it was sitting in this area. So, as long as we hold above this area, and plus the gap fill was right here, which is what I was targeting. As long as we stay above this area, then I don't want to try shorts. When we were coming down into here, what I was watching for is I was seeing if that we were actually going to maintain selling pressure to continue lower. And if that were to happen, then I'd be expecting us to come into this area here. I can't see it. Into this, the first 5 minute candle up. And then at that point, I may have potentially tried to scalp shorts just into basically right here. But what happened was we had volume kind of remaining the same. We made our push down. We had large sellers step in. This wasn't due to orders. This was just somebody crossing the spread, basically. And when this candle came down and tried to push and stalled here and at the very last second, like the last 30 seconds of it, it came back up and the POC was left down here. Then I waited for this candle to come down first, and then once it flipped bullish, I went long. But the trade idea would have been invalidated if we got past this low, and so that's why I put my stop right here, and I almost got wicked out, like, to the tick. So I got pretty lucky, because usually we'd want this candle to, if this was the candle we're entering on, this is kind of a subpar trade, because what would have been better is if we got a delta flip here and this candle actually closed bullish with the POC down here. It didn't do that, but it's also because we were having slow delivery, and it was kind of like, it was kind of weird. I just decided to take it anyways, but honestly, I wouldn't say that was like a good trade. I kind of got lucky. I did get lucky that I didn't get stopped out of that. But oh, okay. On ES? Yeah, but basically I was able to risk, I was using the calculator, and I was able to risk where if I did lose, I would have been down 500 on the day, which is what my daily loss limit was. But whenever, I just didn't believe that this was going to be the high either, and that we were just going to leave like this tiny bit of the gap left. So on this account, I think this is the 4th day of the 10th payout cycle. It's crazy, 10 payout cycles, they still haven't moved me to live. Isn't that funny? So this is up 382. Let's go look at the other accounts. So I have 5 funded accounts and 3 evals. Friday I lost like 500 bucks though. So we're up about, I know you guys can't see this, but we're up about 320 bucks on all of them. So 8 accounts up 320. This account, because it's the leader, is up 380. So we took L, we sat here, we waited, and then we made a comeback. We got lucky. At this point, I gotta stop. So why the POC toward? Because if the POC on this candle, and this is a bearish candle, is at the bottom of this in the wick, basically what it's telling me is that sellers are pushing in the most amount of volume. So just in case you don't know, POC is the point of control. So when we're talking about volume, this is where the most amount of contracts were traded. And so usually in like, depending on location and, you know, context and what I'm actually looking at, I'm looking to see where the POC is by candle closure for every single candle. Now, I'm not paying attention to it all the time because, again, location and context is required. But if I'm specifically watching an area where I'm seeing if we're going to break through or bounce, then I'm watching the POC because I need to see where the aggression was and where it failed. So if we have a large trade come in here and this candle comes down and attempts to push past this area I was watching deeper, then I don't want to see this. Like, if it was truly, this is basically, long story short, showing that this attempt was weak and it failed. This attempt failed to push lower. It tried to push lower. It stalled right here. A lot of the selling pressure was down here at this candle, and then at the very end it popped back up, basically telling me that sellers were basically potentially getting absorbed there, or that the buyers just had responsive behavior in that area and stepped in, basically. Sorry. Sometimes it's hard to explain shit when it's early in the morning, and then also after I trade, my brain is usually pretty fried because I'm fucking staring at this shit, trying to lock in for like an hour straight. And then after I'm done, my brain is just like, ah. So, but yeah, I actually have a video about this where I explain it much better, and it's not early in the morning after a trading session. So tomorrow I may or may not trade because of jury duty. We're gonna see if I have to go. If I go, it's gonna cause me basically to miss New York session, which kind of sucks because this week I think is gonna be pretty interesting and maybe fun to trade, I guess, but I guess we'll have to see. So I'm gonna message in the Discord, depending on, I gotta call the court like in a few hours to see if I gotta go tomorrow, and then I'll message in the Discord whether or not I'm gonna trade today. And then also, again, if you're in the YouTube and you want to win a free 50K account, join the Discord. I'm giving away 3 50K 0 alpha future accounts. No activation fee. You can pass in one day. And all you got to do is just join the Discord. We need to get over 1,000 members and just read the announcements. And that's it. All right, I'll catch you guys later.